Alrighty. Welcome back, everyone, to Curse of the Vistani, episode 19. Almost at the big 2-0.
Yes.
So last time, you guys made some major progress on the time loop. You managed to get Brimble to talk to you and figure out that it was Alenka who was behind this whole thing. And you guys went through 3 loops in the last session, one of which was 10 seconds long. And
Wait, what the heck is a DF? Sorry. Go ahead.
and you guys ended up following the rats to where Alenka was located, and Lily or Saflin almost died.
Yep.
She came very close. So, we are picking up where we left off with Saflin and Alenka talking to each other. Lilia kneeling next to Saflin, and Thon having just failed an attack on her.
Yeah, not fair.
Yep, she used her shield, which successfully distracted her so that Lilia could sneak up and heal Saflin. So,
Back to full health.
yes, and she's back to full health. So,
I'm the master of
Yeah.
healing.
And Alenka just dropped the line because we had asked why she wanted to murder those people anyway, and she had dropped the line that they shunned me, and that was where we cut off. It's very suitably dramatic.
Evil dude monologue.
And the rats had fled,
Blood.
basically.
They ran.
Yes, they ran.
All right, so we
I
start
don't think
off.
they were even. Were they even still there when Lilia brought me back up, or do they still think I'm dead?
No, they still think you're dead.
Yeah, I think they left before that.
Nice.
Yeah, they ran right after you went down.
Oh, I have to fix this.
So we pick up where we left off with Alenka saying, "They shunned me."
Well, look. I don't really care what you're doing here. I don't want to keep running into you, but you cursed us, and I need this curse broken.
I'm sure you do.
So, you want the gem, right?
I do,
It's your goal here.
obviously.
And you don't want to just take it because that's no fun, right?
It's more fun to have them bring it to you, yes.
Well, how about this?
I'm listening.
Clearly, they've been reluctant to give it to you.
I doubt they will be for long after this.
I don't know. It's very possible they'll just hold themselves up. But what would you say if... And Saflin looks kind of
Thank you,
aggrieved.
son. Give me 1 second. I need to fix something.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to change my title.
Whoops.
I got it now.
There we go.
Yeah, and Saflin's like looking like it pains her to say this kind of thing while she's talking.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
What if we were to bring you the gem? What if we were to get it for you and deliver it? Would you be willing to, in exchange, break our curse?
Roll persuasion.
Not as good as I would.
14. Okay. So she looks at you. How strong of a front are you putting on right now?
Saflin is looking like she does not want to make this offer.
Okay.
Like she's like, I'm gonna do it if I have to, but I really don't want to. Like it will it would hurt her to do this.
So you're saying you want to bring me the gem in exchange for me removing your curse. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only reason we have to follow
Hmm.
you. So I figure even if that's not enough of an incentive, maybe us being out of your hair would be.
That is an intriguing offer.
Can I butt in for a second out of character?
Yeah.
I would specify our, not your. Because she might try to play that back at you. I would specify our, not your
I
curse.
did say our
She's-
curse originally, but okay.
She
Yeah,
did
I
say
can...
just your curse. So she
Well,
might
I
spin
thought
that
she
back.
was referring to the
She was
plural
talking
your.
royal your, not
The
singular
plural your.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Meteor would have
Anyways.
specified.
I'm quiet now.
Daplin's getting
If
nothing
you
off of her at
can
all.
manage this, I will remove your curse. I don't care who brings me the gem, as long as it is brought to me.
Do we have your word on that?
You do. I am nothing if not honest.
Can I try to gauge her truthfulness?
Roll an insight. From what you can tell, she appears to be telling the truth.
I'm rolling 1 too because
You also believe her to be honest.
The entire party is suspicious right now.
Yup.
Holly.
Although seeing Pika's, I don't think I'm gonna roll because that's a pretty decent
So
roll.
all of you are able to tell that she seems to be honest, that if you bring her this gem, she is willing to break your curse.
Okay. And it sounds like we have a deal.
I look forward to your return.
Are you going to send us back for another loop?
Only if you
I
do
don't
not
think she
return
could
before
activate
10.
it.
Okay, what time is it? Because it took us...
Is the deal still good going forward if we can't bring it back before 10, so long as we bring it back tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't know how long this will take, but we will get it to
But
you.
if you take too long, the deal's off.
Well, naturally, I can't imagine it would take more than one more day to accomplish this.
Well, then you have yourself one day.
Okay.
So by tomorrow.
She's kind of taking your words and
Before
throwing them
10.
back at you there.
Yeah, that's
So by
fine.
tomorrow before 10, otherwise deal's off.
Yep.
I figured she wouldn't wait much
Which-
longer than that anyway. Her
Yeah.
cover's
because-
blown at this point, so she's just like, I want these nuisances gone.
Mm-hmm. She now knows you guys are following her.
Yep. Which that's kind of unfortunate, but
Well, and I mentioned that the curse is the only reason we had for following her,
Mhm.
and implied that we would be out of her hair, but I did not promise it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't even have her roll insight there.
That was not part of the deal.
Not.
You should have had deception versus insight probably
Mm-hmm.
for that, but
Yep, I should have, but I didn't.
what's
so.
done is done.
Yep, it's done.
Yep.
I forgot to. My bad.
Yep. That's okay. I kind of threw you for a loop there with the I'm going to look like this pains me to do because she's more likely to accept it if she thinks it's hurting someone.
Yep.
Well,
that was
my
where I
thought
went.
my thought that is that would give her pure enjoyment seeing you be tormented and pained.
That is why I
help
took
her
that approach.
do.
Yeah, that's why I took that tact, because I'm like, playing that I don't care and this means nothing to me means she's not going to accept it, because that's not as much fun.
Just chalk
And we
it
really
up
don't
to
want to
Seflin
have to do
being good
this.
at performances.
Yeah.
We really don't want to have to hand her the catalyst to do the spell to destroy
Yeah, like
her.
Saflin genuinely does not want to do this, but understands that it's going to happen to end the loop regardless. And if she can get the curses broken as a result, it's worth it.
Yep.
So
So I guess she realizes that all of us are here now.
well, yeah, you pretty much all revealed yourselves.
She's definitely
Well, I
seen
did.
Lilia and San, and
The rest I don't think appeared.
you can assume that she probably
She
realizes
probably
there's
put
more.
2 and 2 together as soon as I wasn't the only one there.
Yep.
Because she saw through my deception of me being alone and only using the sending stone to talk to y'all the second that y'all appeared.
Yep.
The second she was attacked, and I'm just like, heal, heal, heal.
Yep. The second she saw 2 party members, she's like, okay, yeah, she was lying. They're all here.
I don't think it was lying necessarily. She was just omitting and being like, I can't talk to my mom.
This is how Saflin works. It's all half-truths.
No.
Okay, so you guys have a deal now. Is there anything else you're wanting to talk to her, or do you go back immediately?
I would not want to risk the goodwill that we have earned here, and would immediately start
Hightail it out.
hightail it out, set to the task, figure out our plan.
Okay.
But
So
not San.
as you guys come out from your hiding spots and start walking away from
San
her,
stays behind, yeah.
San is staying behind for a minute.
Oh, you're staying behind?
Yeah, San's staying behind according to the game chat.
Okay.
So we leave, and
So
San's still there.
Alenka is just staring at you guys the whole way until you are out of her sight.
And I think we're creeping away very cautiously, I guess, to make sure she doesn't send
Yeah, Callan is keeping an eye backwards to make sure she's not following.
Sending a spell straight into our backs.
Luna and Moro both have their ears like facing her, like listening for anything.
We've
intrigued Rue.
Aw. Hi, Rue.
Hey, Rue.
Alright, so San, you said you're staying behind.
She is typing.
You can understand why you're doing this. I'll make sure you get the gem. So you're saying that to Alenka. Do.
Yeah, and then she'll walk off.
Okay. And you join up with the rest, and once you guys are far enough away from Alenka, there is like an hour walk back to the manor.
Would we know roughly when we might be out of earshot?
Yeah. You could assume that once you can't see her anymore, then it's good enough. So I assume to make sure you guys wait till you're out of eyesight as well.
Yes.
So
I'd wait until we were a good distance away.
At least maybe halfway.
Aurora, once you guys are far enough out, San is running ahead on Moro's back to tell the rats you're alive. Okay.
I wouldn't right away.
So San is going to miss the explanation of the plan. Okay.
So Aurora turns to you, Saflin, and says, "What do you plan to do?
We knew we weren't going to get out of here.
Are we really going to steal this gem?
I would like to have a chance to talk to the rats to try to get their permission first. I want stealing it to be a last resort. But we all know we weren't going to get out of here without her having the gem. Doesn't mean she has to keep the gem. doesn't mean we have to stop pursuing. But for now, we are not getting out of this without giving her what she wants.
I see.
I think our hands are tied either way.
I guess we can talk to them, talk to the rats, and see what they would like to do.
If all else fails, I was very careful. I made no promises for the rest of you.
All right.
So
We'll
should
try
she
it
try to
your way.
turn that on me, y'all are still free to pursue.
Yeah. I hate that we have to give her the gem. I do think, though, one thing we definitely should not do, because we might have an even harder time convincing the rats, do not tell them what she wants it for, even though we know.
Of course not. I
Agreed.
think
No
I'm
need
not
to
sure
worry
how
them
hard of
more
a
than they already are.
I don't think they'd
right.
be willing to just give it up if they know why she wants it.
Well, they're probably already a little spooked. I don't know how hard of a sell it will be to convince them to give it up.
Little. You almost died.
Yeah, I'll panic about that later. Try not to think about it right now. I'll be okay.
How are you feeling?
Not great, to be honest.
And
That
Lily
was
looks like she's about to cry.
That was very scary.
yeah, that it happened very quickly. And I was back very quickly. I'm not really sure if that makes it better or worse, to be completely honest. It hasn't fully sunk in yet.
That scared me. More than Callan being reckless, that scared me.
Callan comes up and gives you a hug.
And I'm just gonna dogpile hug Saflin too.
And Aurora joins in. Moro asks San what she's planning. San tells Moro, "We're going to protect our new family. We're not going to lose them." Alright. So, you guys have a heartwarming talk. Are you going to talk more about your plan here, or is the plan just to first
The
talk
plan was basically like what we would have said was we're going to try to persuade the rats first.
Okay.
Stealing's a last resort, but ultimately we will
So what was
steal
already
if we
said.
have to.
Okay.
We'll do what we need to do.
Okay. So
Here's one question. How the heck are we gonna carry that thing? Because I'm sure if we go the stealing route, we are not going to be able to push it away in a cart.
We absolutely could. I could minor illusion the entire area with the cart if that was the problem.
It
Yeah, but
should
not
fit in your
even
bag of
ground?
holding. It should barely fit in your bag of holding.
Yeah.
Will we have a weight to the bag if it's in there?
No.
No.
That's one of the
No.
Okay.
nice things about a bag of holding. It eliminates
Okay.
all weight.
Okay.
It's about the weight of a bag of sand.
Okay.
It weighs 10 pounds, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, your limitation to the bag of holding is your ultimate carrying capacity, which is significant enough that we won't be hitting it anytime soon.
Okay.
All right.
So we can easily just stow it in the bag of holding and then. Okay.
Right.
So San and Moro arrive back at the manor first, since they ran ahead. San, what do you do once you get there? San is typing. Look for the rats. Alright, so the
Ter
rats. You
I
find...
don't know why you're running ahead, though. Wouldn't it have been more of a surprise if we all came back together? Not giving them a heads up?
It probably would have had a better impact if I just popped up still alive and they were like, what?
Yeah.
It
that
might have
was my
bolstered
thought.
them a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we were able to survive. We're not as weak as you think.
Like, it
All right.
wasn't as bad as it looked.
So you find the rats
Flesh
in
wound.
the
Yep.
drawing room, around the fireplace, around the table, kind of head in hands, like, oh, what are we going to do? That girl died. Alenka is far more powerful than I ever imagined. Oh, I feel so bad.
You died?
This
Wait,
is our fault.
I'm alive. Sorry, I was answering
I don't think we're
the
there
stream
yet.
chat. No, I was answering Twitch chat.
Yeah, that was me. You died.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm fine now.
Wait, I'm dead? What do you mean I'm dead? Anyways.
All right. So they have not noticed you come in, son. What you're going to do is help us. I don't want to lose another friend. Oh, you're back. So she really is dead then. I'm so sorry. I don't want to talk about
Son.
that. Wow. You're trying to guilt them.
Son is pulling the deception right now.
Well,
I
if she
think
doesn't
she's-
say yes or no, she's not lying.
I think she's changing her plan as
Intentionally
what she
being
was doing.
evasive, yeah.
She has not lied yet, which is why I haven't had her roll deception.
Right.
What
I
about
was
She's
the
trying to
gem?
thinking-
change the subject.
No, I think she's trying to change what she was going to do because we said it might be more effective to see you just walk in.
Ah.
Am I right, Pika? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so what we need to do, or what we need is to talk about the gem.
Are you sure you want to be saying that?
Yeah, Son, that might be too much information.
I might go the way of she wants the gem, and I don't think you're going to get around it. Telling them the deal is not.
Yeah, telling them that we get something out of this is bad.
Yeah, they'll make them less likely to even get rid of it. I think keeping what
I'll
we
let
get
you
out of
retcon
it.
that if you want.
Yeah, it is her. We're not really there to talk her out of it
Mhm.
if that's what she wants to go with.
I mean, Son could also just be saying we give her the gem, she ends the loop, which was ultimately the deal she made with the rats, so
Right.
either way. I
Yeah,
don't know which way
however
she's
you
going.
want to say, because this is
I think
just you.
keeping what we get out of it, because they lose something, they're not going to want to give us anything out of it.
Oh,
That's a lie. Okay.
oh. So San says we made a deal with her. She said if I give her the
Oh.
gem, she can bring my friend back and end this loop.
Okay.
12.
Not that good of deception.
So you
Let's
get to
see.
use the rat's
I was not
stats
expecting
now
that.
to roll a contested
Yep.
insight roll.
I gotta pull up their character sheet.
Ooh.
I wasn't expecting that one. Okay, Pika.
This is the chaos session. I'm here for it.
Uh-huh. Okay, so
Would they give it up to save your life?
let's see. Insight. Ooh. Honey is very insightful.
Like she usually is.
Alright.
Yeah, the rat's the oblivious one.
Obviously. Well. Wait, I see 2 rolls. Why is there
Yep.
2 rolls?
Each
There's
of them is
2
rolling.
rats.
Each of them there's
Oh.
4 people in this room.
Right.
Yeah, so
So
Pack, Honey, Brimble, and Yuli?
Well, we got a nat 20 on there, so
Is that all of them?
I
Yep,
think
2
she's
people
screwed.
know she's fibbing.
so
We just don't know which two. Meteor knows, but we don't.
I think
Alright,
they'll
so-
probably say something, so.
let's see. So Pack was the first one. Honey's the +6. Brimble is the +3. Yuli knows you're lying. Oh.
You know
Yuli
she's
got-
lying, but not about what?
Yuli got the nat 20. And you had beef with her before.
Ooh.
You got a 12, so... Yeah, Honey also knows you're lying.
But she says about
But
what? The friend
Yuli-
coming back or the loop?
So Yuli's gonna say, that's BS. I don't believe a word of that. And, I need to put these in order.
But how would Yuli know that we've had problems with her if she resets or if she doesn't reset?
Well, yeah, that's true, because we haven't had beef with Yuli this time.
Oh, that's true. You're right. You're right. Okay.
That was 2 loops before.
That might change a bit then. I forgot that wasn't this loop. Hard to keep track of loops.
Yep.
So Yuli doesn't say anything and just kind of gives you an eye.
Really suspicious.
Yeah, really suspicious at you. And Pac says, She can bring her back? Are you sure?
Do they know that we automatically come back to life if the loop
I don't think they've
restarts
tried
again?
it. I don't think they would have tried it, so I don't think they would know.
And then you're gonna look at Pac and ask him if he wants to go through the loop again. And she said she can try. Chance at getting her back is worth it.
You have a cleric on the party who can do Spare the Dying.
Out
Pac-
of character.
I know. And I'm saying that out of character. I'm not doing
Oh,
the
No,
yeah.
other
I
voice.
was about to make an out of character comment.
Okay.
I was gonna say out of character. So how is San gonna play me coming in? Is she going to be like, oh look, a show of good faith?
I'd say San probably bolted pretty soon after you guys left her. So she probably has a good
Tomorrow.
15 minutes at least head
Tomorrow's
start.
gonna warn you when I show up, and you're gonna have me stay out of sight. Okay.
Because I'm
Fair
guessing
enough.
she would have had the talk with Moro on her ride back of what exactly she's going to do.
Yeah.
And to keep you away.
So it's just the gem still. That's all she wants. And he's gonna look at Hun and say, we have to give it to her. She's not gonna break this loop unless we do. She's so strong. Are you sure, sweetheart? If it can bring the girl back, then yes. Brimble, go fetch the gem. Right away, sir. He's gonna
Wide-eyed
scoot
right now.
past you. And you guys are not in there.
Who was the second one that got the high insight roll? Did you say?
Honey.
Honey.
Okay, and Honey,
Honey
is
and
just
Yuli.
has not called. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And Yuli's not saying anything?
Yuli's not saying
You-
anything because she doesn't have a reason to be that forthright.
Yeah. Exactly. She has a feeling that you're not being truthful, but
She can't back it up.
yeah, she can't back it up, basically. And while Brimble is going out, Yuli is actually going to turn to Pac and say, are you sure about this, sir? That gem was worth everything to you. It's not worth a life. Let them take it to her. I would, but
You scared?
I would run. I try to run. I'm too afraid. So Brimble is going to activate all 4 of the statues. And he is going to come up here, grab the gem, and wheel it. He's going to wheel it to here. And then he's going to leave it there and come get you, son, and say, the gem is outside the door for you. Please, go save your friend. San says, I understand
Well,
this is difficult, but thank you. Thank
yeah,
you so much.
you don't have a bag of holding, so you would have to cart it.
I will get the
or-
gem to her as fast as we can. Do you have a bag I can carry it in? I can tie it to Moro.
Yeah, but that thing's supposed to be heavy as crap. Also, I'm having computer trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be really heavy.
Well, let me see what I can find. And he goes off, and he's going to go over to the kitchen and find a sack in there that would fit it. Dump some potatoes out. And he brings back a burlap sack for you.
Guys, I think I have to restart.
Okay, go ahead.
My computer just all kinds of went stupid.
Yep, go ahead.
So yeah, I will be right back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's all kind of stupid. I don't have a main monitor. So yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Yep. Nihon did finally respond and said basically the same thing we assumed. Okay. So you take the sack, put it on top of Moro, and start booking it back to your friends. And when you leave, Yuli turns to Pack and says, I don't think she was being entirely truthful, sir. I don't care. I just want this to end. Alright. So, Yuli did say something, just not in front of you. Because as a servant, she knows better than to speak out in front of company.
Right, you don't undercut your employer.
But sir,
Exactly.
she's lying.
It looks bad if you undermine your employer in public.
Exactly. Yeah, if that beef had been in this loop, she definitely would have spoke out right then and there. But since she doesn't remember that,
I'm back, but nothing's open.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
trying to remember what I've used in this loop because I
Welcome
don't
back.
have disguise self-marked, so I think that was the previous.
yeah, I don't think you used it in this one
Okay.
because you wanted to get in as soon as possible.
Right, we pretty much
Basically.
beelined
Yep.
after our 10-second loop.
All right. So San comes barreling up from the mansion. You guys can have like just started to be able to see it, and you're getting closer to it. It's probably like another 5-minute walk for you to get there. And San comes
Burn right around.
barreling out with the gem in hand. What's your guys' initial reaction to that? Like
I would be
burlap
looking in
sack tied to
confusion.
Moro. She's like booking it away from the mansion.
Please tell me you got permission to have that.
She says, when I meet up with the others, I'll tell them to go get the cart and meet us near the other edge of the property.
I would say take Saflin with you so they don't notice.
Yes, I'll explain later, says San.
Does San tell me anything in particular?
Just keep safe away from the rats.
Keep
Saf.
Saf away from the rats.
Keep Saf away. Yeah, keep Saf away from the rats.
Why do I need to stay away?
Just trust me, please.
If you,
So she
like,
just told
is
you
it-
to stay away.
Is it just me that's the problem? Is it me looking like me that's the problem?
Just you.
Just you.
But specifically, is it me looking like me that's the problem?
She's trying.
So I'm picturing this as she's running up to you and like she's trying to run away to get the cart. But like you keep talking to her, so she comes back and says something else and tries to run, and then comes back and says something else. Saf,
I'm
stay
sorry,
away. I need it, pup.
I'm heavily hinting. Can I just disguise myself and not leave the group? Because I don't want to leave the group. That is what I am pushing for.
That, or
would
you just stay
imagine-
hidden in the
So
bush.
I'm just
So-
gonna disguise myself again
I
into just a random person. Just
Are
in
you
front
guys
of Son and be
going-
like, "Is this still a problem?"
I
we
are
need
you
a
guys
cart?
actually going back to the mansion now, or are you staying put right where you are?
Like, do we need a cart? Can't we just
I
go back
think it's so that
following
we
Son?
could book it out afterwards.
Why
I think
can't we
Son's
just put
intent
the
was
gem?
to make the trade and leave.
Why can't we just put the gem in the bag of holding and go? That way, there's no weight to it. Son, are you trying to get your curse broken without the rest of us? Because wouldn't us showing up there together with the gem be more efficient?
So Brimble starts
I made
coming
the deal.
out. You see Brimble in the distance walking towards you guys.
I would have disguised self as soon as
Mm-hmm.
she
Yeah,
started
you did
pushing,
say that, so
pushing
you're
for
good.
me to not be seen. I would have disguised myself. So I
So
don't look
Brimble
like
comes
Saffron.
up and says, "The master wishes me to follow Son. Where is Son?"
He took off running with Morrow. And I'll just be crying still.
Saflin, what do you look like right now?
Depending on where we are, like, San told us to go get the cart, correct?
Mm-hmm. You're about
So
like
I'm
a
assuming we
5-minute
would've
walk
been
away from the
heading that
manor
way.
right now. Mm-hmm.
So I would have looked like one of probably the random servants that would have made sense to be traveling towards where we had the carts.
Okay.
And just, like, wandering. Like, looking like I'm working on something.
All right. So are you all off towards the cart then? Or did you stay where you were?
I think I'd just be standing there confused and still crying.
Okay. You're crying?
Yeah, because Athlin almost dying. In my head, I haven't said anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because my whole thing is not having people die. I've had too many people die. So in my head, I've just been losing it crying the entire way back.
Okay. So
At least that's my thought.
where is your friend? Did you just leave her there?
I'm not gonna talk. Somebody else is gonna have to. I'm just crying.
Just crying harder.
Oh.
Because to me, Lily is just really freaking triggered by death. Really triggered.
Okay, so
Just crying, crying and crying. Can't speak.
at this
just
point,
crying.
Son, you're probably coming back with the cart, right?
No, she took off with the sack and
She
Morrow,
told
right?
us to go get the cart.
She went to go do the
She was-
exchange without us, which
Oh,
I'm
I
upset
see.
about.
I see.
I wanted to
I
go.
missed. I thought she ran off to get the cart.
No,
Yeah,
she
went to
ran
Alenka.
off to do the exchange, which is
Which-
why I
which is
asked,
a
are you doing it
problem.
without us?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have let that stand.
Okay.
Because
'Cause-
if she just wants me away from the rats and she's going to do it without us, I would have just followed her.
Okay.
Probably.
All right, then we'll say you followed her. If that's what you would have done.
And
Yeah.
I'm just standing there
I
confused and crying.
misunderstood what San was doing.
Yeah, I don't
So-
think she should be running off on her own
Yeah,
to do
San
it because
probably would have grabbed me when I wasn't saying that I was going to stay away and made sure.
So Lilia's standing there crying. The rest of you are just kind of looking confused.
Yep.
And
I'm
Brimble's
looking
there
back
with
and
you.
Forth, very confused. Yep.
All right, so we're gonna switch over to San, Lilia, and Alenka.
no, Saflin and Alenka.
Oh.
I'm just standing there crying and confused.
Yeah, sorry.
Remember?
My bad. I meant Saflin. I was
Just
thinking.
hysterically
I
crying.
was thinking Lily. So San, Saflin, Moro, and Alenka. So as you are approaching where Alenka was before, you find her once again sitting up against the tree, sort of dozing. Then her eyes dart open as she hears you approaching quickly, and she stands up.
Meteor, can I just say that I still would have used the disguise self,
Yeah.
and then I would have dropped it as soon as we came into view, just to give the illusion that we did actually have to take it.
Okay. So she sees you drop the illusion as you're getting closer. She says, "Back already?" Sun stops several feet in front of her. Okay.
And I'm kind of letting
Warning,
San take the
direwolf.
lead on this one because San has something she's plotting.
Yep. Yes, we're back. Is that the gem? That was very fast. Want to talk to you before we hand it over. What about? I can be convincing when I want to be.
And I don't think that is telling her that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that out loud or no?
That would have been
It's
before.
probably-
Yeah.
No, okay. So you didn't say that out loud.
That's an out of character. You might want to type OOC.
Yeah,
when
type
you-
OOC if it's out of character.
Or you
Please.
can do the as and change it to your normal name rather than San when you're doing out of character. That would also work.
Hmm.
That's too finicky to do the switch. Just do
Fair.
OOC.
Fair.
I want to ask about your clan. You said they shunned you. Yes, they did. What about them? I want to know, once you get revenge, what you plan on doing. I plan on living my life however I want, with no one to stand in my way. So I understand the wanting revenge.
I mean,
Even destroy the world. But what happens when you cross someone else or they cross you? Anyone who gets in my way will know my wrath.
By the way, Nihon responded to us.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
we saw.
commented on that before. You might have been gone right then.
Oh, okay. Probably with my reset.
Yep. Just makes a cycle over and over. As long as no one crosses me or gets in my way, they won't have anything to worry about.
Saflin is biting back a comment so hard
Yeah.
because we hadn't done anything to her when she cursed us.
We were just minions
True.
and or parasites in her way.
Yeah, you were a means to an end. So innocent people have to die for you to feel peace? If it brings me to my goals, I have no problem killing. What I don't understand is ripping someone's family away from them.
Firebutt, one thing I would suggest saying is the art was not done by me. I commissioned it.
I tire of these
I did.
questions. Are you going to give me the gem or not?
Oh, okay.
Remove the curse and we'll give you the gem.
We need to be there for the curse removal.
I don't
Give it
actually
here.
know that we all need to be present for that.
Bring the gem here, and I will remove the curse once I have it.
I would ask if she needs
I would
us
ask
all
for
there.
a compromise. As a show of faith, would you be willing to remove one of our curses
Insight.
in a way that we can verify? So probably
with
me
that,
with the sending stone.
With that insight, she appears to be telling the truth.
Okay. Because I was going to offer, she could reverse mine. Or someone else's. And then we do an exchange and then she does the rest. But if she's being genuine, okay.
She does appear to be being genuine with that insight.
Yeah, because Saplin's just kind of sitting here listening, waiting to
Yes. Saflin, it's
have
hard to tell for you.
any kind of aid that can be offered.
So San walks over with the gem. Do you hand it to her? She holds out her hand. So let my friends go. I don't have anyone that remembers me. Thank you, dear. Good doing business with you. She takes a few steps back and kind of motions for you to step back as well.
Do you need the rest of us here to revert it, or can you do it from there?
I can do it from here.
Okay.
So she...
I may as well. Go ahead.
She puts the gem in her bag. And she, puts her hands together and starts chanting in Vistani. And her hair kind of, raises in the air a bit, as if, the wind's blowing it, but there's no wind at the moment. And after a moment, a little poof. Her hair drops. And she says, "It is broken.
Do I still
Go back
feel
to
itchy?
your families. Your itch has gone."
Thank God.
I don't know that the sending stone will work until she removes the loop.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I can test that yet.
I shall take my leave now.
What about the loop?
I will break the loop.
I'm not here. I'm not there, remember?
Yeah, San said it.
San
said
asked
it too.
about it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The loop shall be broken as well, but not till I am far enough away. After all, I am in the loop as well. In order to leave, I have to break it. So you can rest assured it will be broken. So with that, she starts... Oh gosh, there's a spider.
You, spider.
Yep.
Long
Go away,
shot,
spider.
but Saflin would probably ask, in the interest of keeping my part of the bargain, What direction will you be heading next? We keep ending up next to you, and I want to avoid that.
That is none of your business. And
Then
she
you
is
shall
going
just...
to pull a little pouch
All right.
out of
Figured
her
it was a
bag.
long shot, but there
Yep.
was a chance.
Were you going to say something else? Sorry.
No, I was just kind of trying to see if she would even give me just a vague general direction.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at this point, if we run
She's
into
a little
her
smarter
again,
than that.
if we run into her again, well, you didn't tell us where you were going, so sorry, it happened. Coincidence, you know?
Mm-hmm. I hope I never see you again. And she pulls out a pouch from her bag. What is your guys' passive perception?
Well, would passive be in play for me and Son and Morrow because we're actively looking at her, or would it still be passive?
I'd like to know your passive, but if you think you're paying that close of attention, which you probably are, you can roll perception.
I had my eyes on her, but my passive is
Yeah.
a 12.
Okay, Son, what is yours? Uh, 15 for Morrow, 13 for you. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So Morrow, when is going to notice something, even without your guys' perception rolls. Saflin, with your perception roll, you would notice it as well. As she pulls this pouch out of her bag, another one falls out of her bag onto the ground.
Does she notice it?
From what you can tell, she's focused on the pouch in front of her.
Okay.
So whether or not she notices, you don't know. All you
Would
see
we be
is
able
it
to
falling
tell
out of
if
her
it was
pouch.
intentional? Like, would we be able to tell if it just fell out on its own, or if she had a finger close to it, maybe pushing it out?
I'd say roll insight with disadvantage if you want to determine that, because that would be very hard to tell, I think.
That's fair.
Especially at the distance she's at from you.
10.
Okay. So with those rolls, you're not sure.
Okay.
Alright, so she reaches into the pouch and pulls out some dust, or looks to be dust, and just kind of sprinkles it over herself. And then she turns invisible.
I'm wondering if this is a sack or bag that we could use and be handy for us.
I'm wondering if it's a trap or if it's something useful, yeah. My fear is we pick it up and it's something that's trapped.
What if it is a different kind of handy bag, though? Is there some way that you could check and see? Like a detect magic?
That's
You
why
could
I wouldn't want
identify.
to touch it. Yeah, I'd want to identify it.
Do we have the stuff to be able to get
Callan has
to identify?
Callan would have to, yeah.
But doesn't it, or don't you have to, isn't there a payment for it?
He has the component, I believe,
Yeah,
because
he
I
has
think
the
we've used
component.
it before.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
So, yeah.
it is a level 1 spell. Takes a minute to cast, and he already has the pearl, which is reusable.
Okay, so she's invisible. That's fine. I'm just going to kind of let that pass.
Mm-hmm. So you don't know if she's still there, or if she left, but she's
I'm gonna
gone
assume
from your
she's
view.
there until I know otherwise. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Son walks over to Saf and gives her a hug. Call your mom. I know you miss her.
I don't think it'll work until the loop's broken.
Unless she dispelled the loop.
She's not gonna. She said she wasn't gonna dispel it until she was out.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So you guys know that you are about an hour from the edge of the property, since you had to travel about an hour to get here.
Are we there together yet, or are we still walking to meet up?
You guys stayed behind with Brimble.
Oh, okay. So I
Yep,
guess if
we didn't say
Saflin
we
walks
were
up,
going after.
I guess if Saflin walks up, that means she was brought back, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this
Okay.
point,
That's the idea.
the deal's been struck. I would reappear. It's fine.
So yeah. So you guys could assume that it would be at least an hour before the spell would be broken. So, are you going to do anything with this sack? It looks identical to, or very close to identical to the one that she used herself.
Well, if we put it in the bag of holding, she can't scry it.
If it's a bad thing like that, though, you don't want to put it in the bag of holding.
I know. It's the
You
worry.
just put it in your backpack for right now till you can get to Callan.
Yes, and just put it in the sack that the gym was in.
So you use the burlap sack to pick it up and just are carrying it in there. Okay.
Okay.
And then I assume you guys make your way back, and San explains what the heck was going on there. San is typing.
Yep. Yeah, San finally tells me what
Yep.
the deal was, why I couldn't be seen.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I might tell Saf not to talk about what I asked Alenka. Okay.
But not about the fact that you told them I was dead.
About family. Oh, about her family.
Okay. So Saf would tell me that she guilted them with my death.
Yep.
Okay.
But she doesn't want you to say the thing about her own family.
I'm better at performance when I know what's going on.
Yep.
I need to know
Okay.
what I need to be acting
So
out.
you explain to Saflin that you guilted them into giving the gem, and that you sort of implied that you were still dead, and that Alenka was going to bring you back in exchange for the
Okay,
gem.
so acting like I am still shaken from dying. That shouldn't be hard. That shouldn't be a problem.
All right, so
I think I'd still be sitting there crying. Probably collapse to the ground.
you're good at acting, pup.
As
Alright,
I'm
so you
saying
guys-
this, kind of freaking out again. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're only half acting at this point because you are still
yeah,
upset
I'm
about it.
just like, yeah, that's not too hard to pull on. Okay. Pretty
So
recent.
wait, are we telling the rats that she basically conned them for the gem, or are we just gonna act like
No, San was filling me in so that I knew that they thought I was dead still.
okay?
And that she was going to bring me back. So I need to act like I was just brought back.
Sorry, I'm catching up with my chat real quick.
I'd still be crying.
Okay, so
Oh yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
you
I am
two
myself.
you two are strolling back up to the rest of the crew now. Brimble outside. They didn't go in. They just kind of hung out around the carriages.
So I would have given San a bardic inspiration on the way back as she was telling me what was going on.
Okay. So you
And
can
I
mark
would've-
that
I
on your
would've-
sheet, son.
Yeah, I would have just said, next time, please tell me what's going on. And so you have a bardic inspiration now for 10 minutes. And
So
I would do
Brimble
it
sees,
before we would run into the other people, yeah.
so you guys come up, and Brimble hears you coming up on them and turns and sees you, Saflin. It's like, you're alive. I thought for sure.
Yeah, I don't recommend dying. That was not
Oh,
great.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's
I'm-
get you inside, get you cleaned up.
Okay, I think I'm okay now.
And I picture Lilia just in partly what I'm going to explain, but also what I picture her doing is just getting up and just jump hugging Saplin again, still crying.
Mm-hmm. So you jump hug her. Sure, we could all use a drink. Oh, yes. As long as you don't hit me, I'm good. Alright, so all of you walk in and into the drawing room where Pack and Hun are still both worried. And you guys start filing in one by one. What order would you go in? Are you going in last, Saflin? Or first? Or
I'd probably be as close to Son as possible.
okay.
I think I'd be hovering around Saplin.
Saf
Still
last.
crying.
Okay. So in comes Aurora and Callan and Brimble, Lilia, Luna,
I'll be in the
Furio,
back.
and then San, Moro, and lastly Saflin walks in.
I did say that I would be hovering as close to Saplin as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, so Lilia is right by me.
Okay.
And I'm
so
probably
yeah,
next to Son and Morrow, kind of. I might be petting Morrow as long as Morrow doesn't mind, as just kind of grounding.
Moon
You'd be
King Bean,
sandwiched in
thank you for
between
following me.
us.
Okay, Morrow
Lily
doesn't
would be
mind,
thinking-
so Morrow allows it.
Okay. All right, so you
Lilia
guys
would be
walk
thinking,
in.
I'm not letting her out of my sight.
Beans good peeps, me dear. I'm glad. Loving the group, guys. Well, thank you, Moon King. Okay. So Pack sees you and Saflin, and his jaw just drops. Like, you're all right.
Yeah, that was not great.
So she kept her word?
Yes.
Is
Excuse
the
me.
loop
Just gonna
is the
nod.
loop broken? And before 10 p.m. rolls around and the day resets.
I think it was a good deal before 10 p.m., so I think we'd be waiting a bit longer for that.
Yeah, let's see. It would probably be
We beelined, so we would have arrived around like
6:30
2.
at this
Yeah.
point.
So people should be starting to arrive soon, I guess.
So there are, yeah, there would be people here, but they've kind of been ferried off to the ballroom area. So this
I guess
room is
we
empty
have
except
to-
for them.
I guess we have to find a solution so they can quote unquote still show off the gem.
And move myself to where I'm supposed to be because I was still way up in the other area.
Yep.
There we go.
And I'm making myself glued to your side. Can we say before we entered, I changed Luna into her human form with the dress and
Minor
the mask?
illusion, what, son?
The unveiling of the gem so they don't have to admit that it's gone.
Okay, yeah. I can. It doesn't last very long, is the problem. It only lasts
long
for a
does it-
minute.
Ow.
Yeah, it's not very long.
I wonder if one of them would have a better illusion.
I can check, but I don't think so. Let's see.
Was all the loud boomage and everything a previous loop?
Yeah, that was
Yes.
a previous loop.
Yes.
Loop 4, we're on 6.
Let's see.
I gotta mute a minute. My nose is running like crazy.
Okay. So Pack actually like comes up to you and kind of like touches your face, Saflin, to like check that you're real and you're really there and you're really alive.
It's really me, and I'm not even disguised self, so it actually all matches what he's touching.
Yes. And he's just absolutely dumbfounded.
Yeah, and I'll put my hand on his arm gently.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, I heard what you did. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna also give him a use of Bardic Inspiration in case he needs to recover something from this event.
Okay.
I'm surprised they're not questioning why I'm just still bawling next to her and haven't stopped. Because I guess I would have been crying for like a good, what, hour sitting there with Brimble and still hadn't stopped. Just cry, cry, cry.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at one of their abilities real quick, see if they can do anything with the gem.
I mean, I could distract them with a performance, but yeah, I can't make minor illusion last more than a minute.
Right.
Not anything I can do there.
I guess the only thing they could do is say that they
Can
had
I
to
make a
exchange.
suggestion?
What?
We are the security team. We know that there's a valid reason that someone's after the gem right now. We could just let it be shown long enough and then have it put away for safety.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, because I figure the Bardic Inspiration will help Packrat if he has to say or do anything to cover.
Safi could also,
I could
after
minor
it's on
illusion it for a
display,
minute. I could do a separate illusion to put the lights out or something.
well, I mean, they could wheel it in. You could make it look like it's there. Then you could do the loud boom outside again this time, and that would give them reason to quickly put it away.
Okay, so
create a distraction,
Honey
so-
has major image.
Okay, so Honey's would be slightly more effective.
Yep. So that lasts for 10 minutes.
Right.
Because we don't want them to not be able to save face and be like, it's been taken.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, that's why I was giving Packrat inspiration so that he could, if he needed to, lie. He could
Is
be
he-
better at lying. So if he needs to say something and act like it's there and everything's fine, there's a better chance of being convincing.
All right, so you guys go through the rest of the evening, and it's getting close to 10, and it's time for the unveiling of the gem. And
How are we doing this so we know how to play it off?
so Honey is going to cast a major image.
Which will make it look like the gem for 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess we're distraction. We create a distraction so they can quickly hide it.
Yeah, I can minor illusion a distraction elsewhere so that when the 10 minutes are getting close.
And it
can
can be a
be
moving
stowed.
image as well, so she can make it look like it's getting wheeled in and then unveiled in the center.
And then wheeled out.
And then wheeled out. So, yeah.
So I'll cast my minor illusion a little bit ways through after it's been presented so that they have time to wheel it out before they drop it.
If anyone tries to touch it, though...
Well, we're security.
yeah.
You look with your eyes, not your hands.
So
here's a question.
Probably Coatsy would be the most likely one.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Do they happen to have some sort of a glass shell that we could place over it so it couldn't be touched?
Just make it look different.
Yeah, they could make it look
Illusion-
like it. I don't think they have one.
Do we have?
ready to
I don't
go.
think we have a rock of the appropriate size.
She's
No,
just wanting
I was-
like a cloche over top.
Right.
Yeah, so
Well,
people
that's
can't
what one of
physically...
them meant. Yeah.
to make it look like there's a glass shell around it.
Yeah,
so
making
you
it
can't
look like
touch
it has a glass shell around it doesn't help. We physically need one there, which is what Nene was asking, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So they can't try to touch it.
Right.
Right.
So they wouldn't be tempted to try.
I don't know that they'd have any glass ones lying around. They'd have like the metal ones that the food would be served under.
The illusion can be a pretty good size, right?
Yeah.
So what if you just put a box on it and make it look like it's a see-through box with the gem inside?
That could work.
That way, if they touch it, they will definitely feel, the
You'll
edge
feel
there.
a box.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so just make the box look like a glass
It's-
case with the sapphire inside.
Yeah.
True. Or you
Just
could
a
get
more
the
complex
yeah.
image.
You could even do the metal cloche and make that look like glass. So it's still
Just make it a more complex
I
image.
just want
Yep.
a physical feeling of something there so you can't physically feel the gem.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Okay.
And
so
that's
you guys
less likely to get broken as a
That'll
touchy
work.
illusion too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
that'll
guys rig it up so that it's as foolproof as possible.
I'll cast a minor illusion of what we're planning so that Honey knows what the plan is, how to make it look.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
I have the mock-up. And
So
she
the
does
moment
real thing.
finally arrives, the gem is getting wheeled in and set in the center of the room, and it's ready to be unveiled. You guys also know that it's about to turn 10 o'clock, so it's really the moment of truth as to whether or
If she
not this
broke
loop
it.
is broken or not.
Yep.
And Honey goes and mimics unveiling the gem. And it's her this time instead of Brimble like it was before because she's the one doing
He
the
wants
illusion.
to be close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, she doesn't necessarily have to be doing the presentation, but it's easier
It's
because
easier.
she knows where it is.
Exactly.
Yep.
She knows where the
makes it easier for
limitations
her.
of the illusion are to work around it.
Exactly. So she presents it and says, "The gem," and removes the cloche, so that or the covering, so that everyone can see this magnificent gem illusion that you all have constructed. And everyone is oohing and awing, and the music's still going. And you guys are kind of watching the clock as 10 o'clock is coming closer and closer. And the clock strikes 10. You guys look around, including Honey, Pack. Or actually, no, just Pack, because he's the only one who's experienced it before. And there's no bright light this time. It turns 10:01. Still no light. 10:02.
That was a roll.
What's that for?
That was so I could start a performance impromptu to cover the fact that people are looking around to not look suspicious to the partygoers.
Okay. So
to give them cover, basically.
Yeah. So you guys are excited. It's like 10:03 now, and still no light. And it's usually been like exactly on the dot at 10 in the
All of
previous
us
loop. So
are wonderfully excited about this gem, just so
exactly.
more than most people would be. We're just super excited.
So, and then Saflin, in her joy, starts dancing around the room and like expertly dancing with a 24 performance. And everyone's just enthralled by how amazing your dance is. And after a couple more minutes, the illusion's going to be up soon. So, Honey,
right, I was
has
giving
it being
them cover to
wheeled
look
out.
around and also to wheel out the gem.
Yep. So they take the moment to wheel it out and away from the crowd, and the party continues, and no one is the wiser.
Yep.
Except for those of us who know.
Mm-hmm.
So we would probably, people would mingle, and probably after my performance, I would move off to a side somewhere and use the sending stone.
Mhm.
How many of them did you enthrall?
I did not do enthralling
Yeah, she didn't
performance.
do enthralling,
I just did
just a normal performance.
I just did a distraction.
No, I was being silly.
It's a, look at me, I'm alive, look at me. Oh, you don't know I died, but look at me.
No, it's like, okay, yeah, the gem's really cool, but look over here.
Don't look at the gem
No.
too closely.
So you sneak off Saflin to make a phone call.
Yep.
And so what?
This is probably going to be emotional now.
I don't know how emotional she'd get into it right this moment.
So you sneak off into
But
the other room so that
that'd
you're
be for
alone.
tomorrow.
More like I'm thinking after you hang up, you're probably just going to cry.
Nah.
You pull out your
Well-
sending stone. You're nervous. This is the first time you're actually going to be able to talk to your mom in weeks.
Assuming she hasn't tossed it, yeah.
So you cast the spell on the stone.
Yep.
And what do you say?
Hi again. I know you don't. Do you remember me now? Things have been weird. I needed to check.
Alright, so the message sends. You wait, and it actually does go through this time. It doesn't give you that error, that, like, feedback like it was
Statics.
before.
Yep.
Confirming that you are out of the loop, finally. And after a few seconds, your mother's voice comes back through. Why, of course I remember you, darling. Why wouldn't I?
As you didn't a few days ago.
Well,
I was getting kind of worried. We
What do you
ran
mean?
into this woman when we were on our first task, and she laid some kind of a curse, and nobody could remember us. And I tried to call you, and you didn't remember me either, and you told me not to call you again. I was really worried about
I
you.
said that?
You did.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I definitely remember you. I don't know how I could ever forget you. You are my daughter. And I love you very much.
I'm really glad you're okay.
Of course I am. I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah.
How's your
Saflin
adventure been going?
Saflin is thinking hard about the fact that she just died, but not going to say a word. Well, it's been kind of interesting. I made a couple of friends along the way. There was this really, really cool ogre,
Oh,
and there was a bugbear, and he gave me a flower. It has 3 colors.
3? Oh my, I've never seen a flower with
Flowers.
3 colors.
And there was this goblin leader. He was a really nice guy.
Oh?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out between us, but he was very nice.
Oh, why not?
It's differences of opinion, I think.
Alright, so your conversation goes on.
With
Probably
an I love you,
for-
Mom, at the end.
Probably for quite a while, I would assume. And you guys get caught up on everything. Talk about flowers, about the people you've met, about the adventure you've had so far.
Talk about all the pretty flowers that I've been collecting to bring back to her at the end
Mhm.
of my adventure.
And she's just ecstatic to see all these flowers and ecstatic to know you're making so many friends.
Just nothing about the dying and being brought back.
Alright,
Yeah, and I
San
kind of
sneaks
wondered about
outside.
that. I kind of wondered about that, Meteor. Because I did bring up that the last time I called her, she didn't remember me. Would she
Mhm.
have said something about when the last time she remembered me calling her was?
Yes. She would have probably mentioned, it's been a while since you called me, or something along those lines. I'm starting to
like-
think you'd forgotten me, or something like
So
that.
like the day before the magic shop. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So she just can't remember any of the interactions that were attempted at all.
Right.
Weird.
So to her, it's as if she never forgot you.
Okay. And she doesn't remember the random calls from a stranger.
You only had one.
We only had one, but she doesn't remember it on the sending stone that should have only had one connection.
Yep.
Okay.
So it seems like her brain is kind of filling in the gaps of what would have been weird. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to piece things together herself.
Like when the magic was released that made her forget, it kind of covers
She
itself
forgot
up
that she
a
forgot.
bit. Yeah, she forgot that she forgot. Exactly.
Her brain attempted to fill in the gaps as though the lapse isn't there,
Exactly.
but the time is
That's a
passed.
much better way to word it. That's what I was trying to say.
I figured. That's why I said it.
Okay.
So yeah, that would be pretty much the extent of that conversation.
Yep. All right. So the night comes to an end around midnight. All the guests are leaving, going back home. And that leaves just you and the rat house left.
Two questions, Meteor.
Uh-huh.
Out of character.
Okay.
Do we know what the reward was going to be for this task?
From the
At the
guild?
guild? Yeah.
I think we were told.
It was... I think it was just the standard...
It's on the paper.
Because I don't feel right possibly gaining that money either way if
Okay.
it's not going to get refunded to them. So I would probably pay them that money if the process of them getting it refunded was going to be a problem.
Okay.
Or attempt to, assuming I have the funds.
Okay.
Because
Yeah, I think it was 10 gold.
Because I don't think we technically succeeded in this mission.
Or no,
True.
it was 15 gold, wasn't it? Because 10 gold was the first set of
So I don't feel
ones
right
that got
taking
up
their
to
money.
15. All right, so you guys, the rest of the group comes and joins you in the drawing room as you all sit down and kind of exasperatedly sigh over that was quite the evening.
And I'll ask if anyone has seen San.
Yeah, Son, are you still out on the steps? Yeah, okay. And Pack and Hun offered to put you guys up for the night. And
I will straight up ask, just to try to clear the air and clear this up. What do we need to tell the guild? I don't feel right knowing that this didn't work out the way you wanted it.
tell them it was a success. You did more than we asked for. You laid down your life. This is Honey talking, by the way.
Okay.
But the gem's still gone.
It
We
is,
didn't exactly protect it.
but who could have foreseen this? You guys did everything you could. Over multiple loops. I lost count of how many loops we had.
Wait, did she remember the loops?
And that's Pack.
Or
right at this
that
point.
that part was Pack.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm like,
I was still talking in her voice, but yes, that was Pac saying that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm
I
bad
think
at
I'll-
voices.
I think I'll pipe in when he says he
Okay,
doesn't
Meteor,
remember.
I understood.
You pipe in with what?
I think I'd pipe in with 6. We had 6.
6. I believe you are on the 5th.
Yeah.
No, our 5th
Was that counting the
was
10 second?
The 4th one was the 10 second, and then this was the 5th.
Okay.
And I'll nudge
Okay.
Seffi and say, show them the paper. They're the ones that hired us. Let them decide what we do.
Alright, so I'll withdraw the quest paper. But they can sign off on it.
So Pac grabs it and he signs off on it and like puts a star next to it and like writes very satisfied.
Oh.
Woot.
Like,
Our average just
You
went up by
deserve it.
2 stars.
And we will have some gifts prepared for you in the morning as well.
Saplin feels so bad right now.
I think so with Lilia.
Even though the gem was lost to Alenka, you can tell they're still very grateful to you guys because you went like above and beyond what the job called for. Because the job was not to sit through 5 loops of the same day. It was it was supposed to be a simple job, and it turned into this big thing.
Yeah, technically, we protected the gym 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
4 days. We just failed once.
It was only when you lost your life.
I did literally lose my life for this.
Yep. It was only when you lost your life that things changed, and so you literally were willing to lay down your life to protect the gem. And so they are very
technically
thankful
the
to
only
you.
reason why Saflin is here is because I jumped out to save her.
Mm-hmm. So you guys are shown to your rooms, and you sleep for the first time in 5 days.
That's true.
So, question:
Uh-huh.
Can I take a little bit to do my reading before I go to bed?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay.
And with this rest, we are going to go ahead and level up to level 4.
I guess I was so exhausted from the day, my reading was really not good.
Yep. It was a
To
very
be
bad
fair,
read.
it was
You were
a very
exhausted. It was a very long day, 5 day.
Meteor, we don't have to necessarily
long
RP it
day.
or do anything with it,
Mm-hmm.
but I would like to say that I may have gone into the kitchen
Uh-huh.
and tried to build a rapport with Yuli and maybe stress bake.
Okay. I think
would have
she would
probably
welcome
gone in
that.
and made tea with my herbs to try and calm myself.
Yeah, Yuli would probably welcome the stress baking.
Yeah.
So what, are we all just gonna sit in the kitchen and eat cupcakes till our stomachs are full? Okay, so how does one level up again?
All right, so you're
we
going to
have
go
to
to your
go
character
to-
sheet,
yeah.
and at the top right, there is an anvil, a hammer and anvil symbol.
Yeah, I'm in the actual. I guess it's the drop down pick 3 and then
Yeah, so under
6 things after
class,
that.
you're going to go to the class tab.
Yep,
and
I'm there.
Mhm.
I chose 3.
Yeah. So level up one of your classes.
And then at the very bottom, you
the
should
next
see an
level.
exclamation point saying what you need to change, if anything.
Yep.
I'm not seeing that.
Well, remember, you just went up to 3rd level, so you don't get to do like your ability scores and stuff.
Yeah,
That'll
but don't
come
I
Yeah,
get
so
to choose
Lilia-
spells?
Because you multi-classed, so you may not have a
Yep.
major change.
You have access to all the spells.
All right,
you don't
I'm
have
taking
to
a
pick.
look. So
But no, what I'm meaning is, don't I get to have another spell slot and prepared?
yes, you do.
Yes,
You're gonna
at
click
next full
on
rest.
known spells. Yeah, and this is a full rest, so you're
You
gonna
gain 1 known cantrip, I think.
Under
Nope, I think
cleric,
that's 4.
under cleric, there's the spells tab. You're gonna click on that and hit known spells.
Okay.
And then I don't think you get any more for druid yet. So yeah, just your cleric. And you'll select your new spell, and the cleric features, it doesn't look like you have anything extra yet. So, okay. So yeah, you just need to pick your new spells and you should be good.
How many do I get again?
It should tell you right there. You currently have
I literally see. Oh,
prepared spells
my
4 out of 5, so you get one more
cantrips.
spell.
I think I'm done.
You get one more non-cantrip. All right, so you've got yours done.
Yep.
Saflin. San, do you need any help with yours?
Oh, lesser restoration is always prepared. Okay.
You'll do yours in the week. Okay.
Is it your domain?
I guess so.
Probably.
Let me just update my sheet here. There we
Yeah,
go.
Message Nihon to tell him to go ahead and level up.
Any
I have-
suggestion from you guys on what I should choose? Because lesser restoration is always prepared.
Mm-hmm.
What are your options?
All right. Are you wanting a
aid-
first level or second level?
I'm thinking a second. I'm
Okay.
thinking spiritual weapon.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so spiritual weapon. You create a floating spectral weapon within range for the
Or prayer of
that lasts for the
healing.
duration or until you cast the spell again. When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. On a hit, the target takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier. As a
Oh
bonus
wait,
action on your
spiritual
turn.
protection is always prepared.
Yeah,
As a
I
bonus
think
action on
spiritual
your turn,
weapon
you can move the
is
weapon
good because of the
20 feet
bonus
to the
action.
target.
It's always prepared. I don't have to choose it.
Yeah, spiritual
Spiritual
weapon.
weapon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
spiritual weapon is always
Okay.
prepared. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
Then,
guessing
already
prayer
have
of
it.
healing then.
then if you don't have a reason to not take prayer of healing, yeah.
Prepare.
The only other thing I would grab, if you could, was and I don't think you can yet, is the second you can get Revivify, take it.
I think that's next level.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then we're gonna.
Because I could have taken locate object.
Firedale. I
Protect
assume
from
you don't
poison,
need any help with
silence.
yours.
I gained
Wooden
Fate
bond.
Touch.
Zone of truth.
I've had a brush with the Fae in some way.
Ooh. That's
And
fun.
so I now know Misty Step, and I've learned Silvery Barbs.
And I leveled up Callan already. What's everyone's max health at now?
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
23.
23?
You can see it just at the top.
Well, you have to have selected whatever you're changing, and then go back and redo your sheet and hit features and trade again when you reopen it. And then it'll update.
Okay.
Apparently 27 from what I see.
So
Nice.
Callan upgraded his mind a bit, and so he is able to cast Detect Thoughts now. And he can speak telepathically to any creature as long as you share a language.
I'm just rolling this because I want you to see this. Look at that bonus now.
+8 on performance.
Nice.
Jeez.
I have a +4 charisma modifier now, guys. I have an 18 in charisma.
That is nuts.
I now have an AC of 17 naked.
Nice.
Nice. Callan's is 14.
And
Okay,
Lilia
so
has
yeah.
as many hit points as I do.
So yeah,
27, I just
Callan-
don't have the AC.
Callan
Yeah, my
gains...
AC is still only at 13. I need to get better armor to buff that up.
Yeah, so Callan gained Detect Thoughts, and he's also getting the Chaos Bolt spell. So he has a new offensive weapon. And Alarm as well.
Nice.
Okay, I guess I should also be doing a long rest.
Yes.
Yeah, I
everyone
did
can do
long
a
rest and then did my level up just to be sure.
I forgot about the long rest.
So that is the spell that I picked up, in addition to Misty Step.
Me, it was Prayer of Healing because I also got Lesser Restoration automatically and Spiritual Weapon automatically.
So basically, as a reaction, I can distract an attacking creature and make it roll at disadvantage, and then grant one of my allies advantage.
Against it. That's nifty.
Yep.
That's actually really useful.
It's a fun one.
So since we're done the party, I guess I can go back to my normal outfit.
Yes, you can.
Normal
Okay.
Lilia is back, not in dressy outfit. I'm slightly sad. I prefer dressy Lilia's hair.
Maybe she'll decide to keep her hair up like that in the future.
I'd have to get new art done.
Okay.
Oh, also, Meteor.
Uh-huh.
Do I gain a charge on the Staff of the Woodlands or not yet? Do I gain a charge when I get the next level of spells? Is probably a better question.
I have specific levels in mind for when you get
Okay.
that.
Okay. So right now I have 4 charges. That's what I started with.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives me access to 1/3 level off of it, which is Speak with Plants.
Right.
I won't be able to get another spell off of it until I get to 5 charges.
Okay. Yes, you get 6 charges now.
Oh.
What about my Ring of Animal Influence?
So you get 2 additional charges now, Saflin.
Hey, Meteor.
Yep.
Does my Ring of Animal Influence change?
No.
So it's only ever going to be 3 charges?
Correct. Her staff, the Woodlands, since she wasn't a druid, she wasn't as good at using it.
Okay.
So
right,
it's
it's
been
not at
limited
its full
for her.
power. I've been getting more accustomed to it as we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Because
So, yeah.
I'm not the correct class for normal attunement with it.
Right.
Makes sense.
It's very possible, depending on how Meteor handles it, that I may never become fully attuned to it. That I may never have all 10 charges until I take a dip into Druid.
I'll tell you right now. You'll get the full 10 at level 7.
Okay.
So, yeah, you got 2 extras this level, and then in 3 more levels you'll
Nice.
get the rest.
Means I can cast Awaken now with minimal risk.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So yeah, all good here.
I'm wondering what gifts they're going to leave us with, and Lilia feels uncomfortable about taking them because doesn't feel like she succeeded.
Well, again, I think it's ultimately up to them. We may
Yeah.
not have done what the guild wanted us to do, but doing what the rats wanted us to do, they're the ones that actually put in the order, so it's ultimately up to
It's
them.
if they're happy with it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would probably, assuming that I haven't run into Son at all the next morning, probably go find her.
Okay.
Thank you for the follow.
Son was upset. She must have had memories to come back because of woman.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
I was upset too, but I just cried the entire time in front of everybody.
Yeah, and apparently we have gifts coming after this, so.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. just quick conversation with San just to kind of let San know that I was able to talk to my mother. It went through. She remembers me. Everything's good.
And then after this is probably a good time to end it.
Yep. Okay.
And since she can remember me and I can make the connection out, we're free to leave. So.
Right off to the farm.
But they did say that they have presents for us, even though we failed to protect the gem. We apparently went above and beyond, so they have things for us.
Okay. I am ready for the morning if you guys are.
Yep.
I thought
Okay.
we were done mourning.
Yeah, I thought this was the morning, but
Well, I mean, like, the role-playing everything. I'm ready to start
Okay.
doing everything. I've got everything sorted that I needed to sort.
okie dokie. Yeah.
All right. So... Oh, wait. Let me just check one more thing. Yeah. Okay. So, that morning, you're made a wonderful breakfast from Yuli and the rest of the staff. And as you guys are sitting, after you guys have finished eating, Pack says, Brimble, retrieve the gifts, would you? And so Brimble goes to the vault and retrieves several items from there and wheels them out on a cart and brings them out to you. You're all sitting around the dining room table.
Oh, should we move in there for consistency's sake?
Oh, Pika has a point. We had intended to get Callan to look at the bag.
Oh yeah, we
Overnight.
can retcon that.
Sorry. Okay, San says do it when we leave, so don't worry about it right now.
Yep.
I am wondering if I managed to get any of the stress bake snacks stowed away for later.
Yeah, you could probably get like some cupcakes or
Okay. Something.
So-
Normal cupcakes to mix with my single chroma cupcake.
Yep. Some sort of treat item.
I like cupcakes. That way I can do chroma roulette with the cupcakes.
Okay.
What, did you make them all look like the chroma cupcakes?
No one knows which one it is now.
All right, so Pack goes over to the cart and says, we have prepared some items to see you off. Since you guys did such an amazing job over this last week, which you were not prepared for. So to show our appreciation, he grabs something off of it and he goes over to Aurora and he gives him an amulet and says, this is an amulet of the devout. Which what that does... The amulet bears the symbol of a deity inlaid with precious stones or metals. While you wear the holy symbol, you gain a bonus to spell attack rolls and saving throw DCs of your spells. Bonus is determined by the amulet's rarity. That's going to be a +1. Or was it +2? I didn't write down the rarity, did I? No, I didn't. Of course not. Yeah, I'll figure out which rarity it is. The next item he pulls off is for Curio. Like, these should make you stronger in battle. These are bracers of defense. So that's going to give you a +2 bonus to AC if you're wearing no armor and using no shield. So you are going to be very hard to hit now, Firedale.
Well, he said he had a 17 AC naked, so
Yeah.
Yep.
that'll work out a lot. That'll help a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be
The
like, you can't hit me. You can't hit me.
The next item is
Up
for
for bid.
Lilia. This, my dear, should
Okay.
help you with your healing duties. It is a staff of healing,
Yay.
which I know you've been wanting that one.
There you go.
Thank
So
you.
it has 10 charges. You can cast Cure Wounds, Lesser Restoration, or Mass Cure Wounds.
Yep.
With certain charges from the wand instead of using your own spell slots.
Yep.
Do keep in mind that if you expend the last charge, it does have a chance to break.
Yep.
So you got to be careful about that. The next item is for Saflin. This is because of your charm. This is a Staff of Charming.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to pick between staffs now.
Alright, so
You
this
can be attuned to more than one staff at a time.
this allows you to cast Charm Person, Command, or Comprehend languages.
Okay.
The next one is for San. This should help you be more stealthy and nimble. This is a Cloak of the Bat. So what that does is, while wearing the cloak, you have advantage on stealth checks. And in an area of dim light or darkness, you can grip the edges of the cloak with both hands and use it to fly at a speed of 40 feet. But if you ever fail to grip the cloak's edges, or are no longer in dim light or darkness, you lose the flying speed. While wearing the cloak, you can use your action to cast Polymorph on yourself, transforming into a bat. While you are in the form of a bat, you retain your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma scores. The cloak can't be used this way until the next dawn.
Blah, blah.
Or you can only use it once in the day.
The polymorph ability, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so you can fly, but you have to be holding on to the edges of the cloak. So it's not. So the flying isn't really very good in combat, but it'll be very good outside of combat. If you succeed on a save against an enchantment spell that targets only you with or without the staff's intervention, you can use your reaction to expend one charge from the staff and turn the spell back on its caster as if you had cast the spell. Whoa. Yeah, that's another feature of the Staff of Charming. So that'll be very useful for you.
Yeah.
That's only if it's used on you, though.
That's if I am specifically the target. Yeah.
San, yes, it is attunement. The Cloak of the Bat is.
I don't think the staff of healing is it?
If it is, it will say.
Whenever you go
'Cause
to add it to your character, in
It'll
your
say
meta
requires
inventory,
attunement if you click on it.
It is attunement. Yes.
Okay.
And then the final item is for Callan.
Mm-hmm.
He gets the Eyes of Minute Seeing. Which, what that does is, it's kind of like a pair of glasses. While wearing them, you can see much better than normal, out to a range of 1 foot. You would have advantage on investigation checks that rely on sight while searching an area or studying an object within that range.
it's
So
magnifying glasses.
Yep, basically. But so while looking for things or studying and making his things, he is much better at it now. Which kind of fits his motif. So I hope you all appreciate these gifts, and I hope they are very helpful to you in your travels. You've hit your max on attuned items? Have you
We
really?
allowed 3. Yeah, I have the Staff of the Woodlands, the Staff of Charming, and the Pipes. That's 3.
True. If you get anything else, you'll have to pick and choose.
Yup.
Okay. So those should help you all a lot in and out of battle.
I will thank the rats profusely for the wand of it's wand of healing, right?
Yes.
Staff.
Is it staff?
Yes.
What's a Staff
What
of
Meteor
Healing? Yes.
said.
Yeah.
I thought it was. Oh, yeah, staff of healing.
Yeah, Staff of Healing.
It's too bad Safi's going to give her present back because she feels like she don't deserve it.
Are you giving it back?
I was saying I was gonna pay them the gold from the reward because I didn't feel like I deserved the quest reward. But if they want to
Yep.
give me a gift for dying for their sake, then I'll take that. Yeah.
All right. So, the last thing we'll do, before ending it for the evening, you guys wanted to check out the bag that Alenka dropped.
Yep.
So Callan casts Identify on it, and it reveals itself to be Dust of Disappearance.
Ooh.
Everybody say hi to Meteor's cat.
Are you trying to say bye to the stream? Huh?
Son has claimed the dust of
Andy.
disappearance.
Yeah. So it has enough for 1 use.
Then it's gone forever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Meteor
almost
found one of the
wondering
few
if
things that actually buffs me.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, I have
wondering
several
if-
things that would buff you, Firedale.
as I was trying to say, I'm wondering if the dust would be better off with me since I'm not really combative, and you need me hidden.
What was the dust again? Just invisibility?
Dust
Yeah,
of Disappearance.
Disappearance. I mean, I have
My
cast without a
goal-
trace that I can cast to improve my stealth. I don't necessarily need to be fully invisible.
Yeah, you
My
guys
end
can
really worried
goal
about
is to
that.
try
figure
and
out
be invisible.
who can hold on to that.
We can also decide later. We don't have to decide right now.
Well, the thing about the dust of disappearance is it's not an individual. It can turn a group invisible.
Yeah, I guess if you sprinkle it on all of us, but
It's everyone within 10 feet of you. Yep.
Yeah, you and
Yeah,
each
I
creature
wouldn't.
and
I
object
wouldn't
within
limit that
10
to
feet
one
of you.
person. It would be kind of wasteful.
my thought though is
Okay.
if we're in a sticky situation and you need me hidden to
Alright.
provide save
You don't
dying
have
and
to
shit
be
like that.
invisible to be stealthed.
It's good for emergencies or
Definitely
trying to
helps,
get
though.
into somewhere.
Put in this
Might
in
be
Saf's
something
bag of
they'll have
holding.
to deal with
Okay.
later.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and end it there for today. Next time we will pick up with you guys leaving the manor,
I'm heading towards the
Finally.
farm.
heading on to the rest of your journey.
We did mention possibly asking somebody somebody here if they would relay a message back to the guild if we got word that our next quest was okay. How do we go about that?
Yeah, you can have someone from here send a message, or you could send a message using a bird or something like that. There are plenty of ways to send a message
Okay.
without too much trouble.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and end it here, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this session and the last several sessions in the Rat Estate. And I hope you all will tune in next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.